A terrorist exploded a device at an Ariana Grande concert at the Manchester Arena, taking the lives of many young people. A crowd gathered to pay their respects to those who suffered their last breath when the unthinkable happened. Thousands of people descended on Manchester's city centre to honour and remember the scores of victims who were killed and injured in the explosion after the Ariana Grande concert. They held England flags, and banners, love for all and hatred for none, and signs with the social media hashtag for Manchester and I Heart Manchester. Pictures of the vigil showed people of all races and backgrounds, determined to put on a brave face to remember the dead and their families. The demonstrations went on into Tuesday evening as residents lit candles and laid flowers. Waiting for speeches to begin, the crowds clapped 3 times, in quick succession, chanting Manchester. Political leaders including Labour's Jeremy Corbyn and the Liberal Democrats' Tim Farron joined Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham to pay their respects and address the crowd. Leaders of all faiths, including Christians, Muslim, Sikhs, and Jews, joined them too. What happened next? A crowd of liberal activists showed up to fight for open borders and invite refugees into their land. This is how far the rabbit hole goes into being a scumbag a-hole libtard. Where do we even start to describe the mental deficits these folks are at? These people, subhuman scumbags, are using dead children to pander their petty message about some dirtbag refugees that no one wants in their country. How about this? If you want them in our country, then let them live in your house. If you're not willing to let them live in your home, then shut up with your pathetic leftists' nonsense. These people are the equivalent of full-blown AIDS mixed with mental retardation, and they're one notch away from being just as bad as a terrorist. The terrorists killed people and the leftists are using their bodies. Sounds like the leftists are the terrorists. How convenient, right? I bet someone in that crowd of libturds is connected with terrorism. Maybe the liberals set this up and killed some kids at a concert so they would have a place to parade their propaganda. I have not seen a lowlife this bad since Brock Turner tried raping someone behind a dumpster and the loser judge gave him a slap on the wrist. If anyone should have been blown up in a terror attack, it's the people holding the signs in this picture. Good riddance to them. According to Westmonster, Keithrow, a UKIP representative in Birmingham, where the vigil was held, was also allegedly told that, should he refuse the warning and attend, his safety couldn't be guaranteed. I don't usually think violence is an answer to problems, but these people should have been beaten on sight and kicked away from the vigil. There are families hurting more than ever, and these idiots show up preaching about open borders and refugees. How much do we want to bet that a refugee has connections to this attack? Refugees are no good to anyone. Widespread disease and violence are what they bring as their carry-on luggage when they go places. You want them? Then open your doors and let them in. I thought that the whole point of vigils such as this is to stand together in solidarity against those who would divide us and damage the democratic freedoms we hold so dear, he said, according to the Express and Star. It appears that this event has been taken over by a group called Stand Up to Racism, who do not seem to understand the irony of the situation, as that is exactly what I have done for all of my life. Racism is lame. It's for people with small brains and small penises. There's no reason to ever be racist unless you're insecure in your life. It's always smart to judge people on their character and actions, not their color. What does racism have to do with a terror attack at a concert? There are kids who were blown up and these dopes appear with their signs that no one cares about. Someone should have shoved those signs where the sun don't shine. Indeed, the Express and Star reports that the vigil was organized on behalf of Stand Up to Racism and anti-Islamophobia group MEND. The message is simply, we need to stand in solidarity and unity and not let the racists divide us, said Sharon Campion, one of the event's hosts, according to the outlet. Leftists are the racists. They blame everyone else for their own doing. Disagree with a liberal and you're a racist. It doesn't matter what the facts are, the lefties will always resort to calling people racist when they lose arguments based on facts and not feelings. A photo from the vigil show open border and pro-Islam activists were out in full force at the event. If by activists you mean a-holes, then yeah, I'll agree. How dare they ruin a vigil for victims of terror? Here's a man getting arrested at the vigil. No clue what he did. Follow us on Facebook at Freedom Daily.